can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Canes will kick it away first. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Auburn's return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
Pushed his way ahead, really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. And he's brought, and I think somewhere in there, it's you should run the football well.
That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football, establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Tigers, dating to the days of Shug Jordan and Pat Dye, love to keep the ball on the ground.
And the stadium goes nuts, and the eagle flies, and everybody's happy. Run the football, win football games. It's good times on the plains.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball over.
They try to pop a run on the draw. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
He'll pull it down. At the 35, he's open. Oh, look out, there he goes. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
The defense just spent a whole lot of energy, too. That was a long play. That developed and took time, and they were pursuing. They weren't able to get him initially, so you got dudes huffing and puffing and sucking wind, and this offense all of a sudden down close to your goal line. You might...
Touchdown, Tigers! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting a drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field, and they'll have their first possession. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back. And this defensive end can put him there off.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Makes his connection. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Going over the top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. Just snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Carr. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Hurricanes are on the move. He'll come out throwing on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes! Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's perfect. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with a scoring toss from the 33. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. First down for this offense. From the gun, the running back has it. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Right back to the well. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Now the defense will try to rise up on third and short from the 21. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. And they got him for the sack.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Looking for a block. It's Carr. Touchdown, Hurricanes! The special teams proving worthy of their name. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. You think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit in this game.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
On second down, he's looking downfield. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Well, the Miami linebacker shows you his speed on that play. And when I talk about Miami linebackers, it is a bit of a sore subject for me. We played against the Canes in the Sugar Bowl my senior year in college. I got hit multiple times by multiple Miami linebackers and spent multiple days in an ice tub post-game.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage, great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He's going to pass. Got his man quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Got his man on the outside. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Ball is spotted at the 2. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They'll go for it here on 4th and short. Now the toss. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole, pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Miami. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Washington has the lead right now. Feels like we've heard the air raid sirens a few times today, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 10 over Purdue. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking to go up top on first down. Gets it out quickly. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. They'll throw it on first down. Unleashes one. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's in.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Swings it out to his running back. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. The aerial assault continues. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Fires into traffic. Picked off. Got some room to run. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to... And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver, because usually receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Canes send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. He'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. And the pass hits, picked off. Bringing it back at the 20. Touchdown, Canes. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable?
Oh, look out! The 40! Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Trying to get rid of it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. One more snap coming before halftime. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he'll be brought down, and that's first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go. Now, halftime update. And the Tigers will line up to kick off and start the second half. Looking for blockers. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Finds us back in the middle.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
On third down, he drops to throw. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
And the Canes have their offense in high gear. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. And the Hurricanes moving quickly to the line. Gets it out fast. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. With jet sweep pass. Touchdown Hurricanes! And the beatdown has ensued. Quarterback.
The field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
Trucks through the defender. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loses 1. 2nd down coming up.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. After run, now throw. Got his man. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. From the red zone, looking for a space. Quick strike complete. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. He'll keep it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Canes headed quickly to the line.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by them.
And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Oh, picked off. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Auburn! And this defense coming out with points of their own. What an interception return.
How about the middle linebacker making a great play? Drops in his zone, eyes on the quarterback, sees the quarterback throw the football, breaks on it perfectly, steps in front, and takes it all the way to the house.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time.
And the ball's loose. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble. And you could just feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, that defense, they looked excited. You see all those bodies trying to run over and jump on that football? That offense is very lucky that thing trickled out of bounds.
Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. The expressway is wide open. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Miami!
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it off on the ground, a 67-yard touchdown run. Out of the end zone. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
24.
First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Jones. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. He's off to the races. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. They're going to throw it again. Pulls it in. It's Kane. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 4. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Auburn!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the field because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football. Not good.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side, so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
Still on his feet at the 45. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Quarterback checking off. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. 94 yards with the spin move. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
He'll do it himself. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. He makes the connection, and he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Hurricanes getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Man, these windows get tighter down here in the red zone, and those catches are a little bit more contested, more people near you, and it gets a little bit more difficult. But you need your players to step up for your QB and make big plays. I think he's going to look back and say, I should have made that play.
Hold it, open.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He wants it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, K. The lead gets bigger here in the 4th quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Getting set for the point after. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. USC is currently working from behind, but in front of a packed Coliseum, anything is possible. That fight song, those uniforms, momentum can change quickly. They're trailing by just 4 to Cal.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive.
We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's back to throw on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Jones. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Working that left side now. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. The pick, Defense will be threatening.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. The Canes want to crank their tempo. Looking to throw, it's Trevino. Lets it go to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And the punishment has been extended. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
He'll return it. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Offense set on first down. He's going to pass. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball.